People are like, but shit, that. That first take's in the hands. It's a new day, baby.
You know what, Skip? It's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, a new era has officially begun in the world of sports debate. And the start that this new era got to is something that I don't think we could have ever anticipated. Because Shannon Sharpe made his debut on First Take, and it was something, let's just say that. So before we get to the content, I need to admit a huge failure of mine. We really did our best to bulk give away Madden codes on my Instagram and Snapchat story. The problem we ran into was we consistently could only purchase 2 codes at a time. Whether it's from Amazon, Best Buy, or Target, then I would get my account locked, then my editors would get their accounts locked. So to make up for this, I think we're just gonna do cash giveaways. It's so much easier just to Cash App or Zelle or PayPal you guys for following or having my notifications on this channel. And I just felt like I'd be upfront with you guys about this failure of mine. If you do follow me on Instagram or Snapchat and have my notifications on, we're gonna be picking 5 winners at random to split $500 between them. And now that we get all that out of the way, break! This is pretty much free money. We only need to correctly pick 2 squares to 3x our money on Prize Picks. And to celebrate the NFL season kicking off, Prize Picks is giving us a free square. All Dak Prescott needs is 1 passing yard in order to fulfill his square. So you combine that with Travis Kelce, who only needs 1 receiving touchdown, and in my opinion, this is a guaranteed win in our books. I don't care if you're the biggest Cowboy hater on earth, Dak Prescott will get 1 passing yard. And we all know Travis Kelce is definitely going to get 1 receiving touchdown. And if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks yet, you could match your initial deposit by using my promo code Mikerophone when you sign up. That's promo code Mikerophone when you sign up for Prize Picks, or just click on the link in the description down below. And thank you, Prize Picks, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? I was wrong about something. I originally thought the reason why Shannon Sharpe left Undisputed to begin with was because 1, he was tired of being number 2 to Skip Bayless being number 1 and answering to Skip Bayless when Shannon Sharpe already grew a remarkable brand for himself in sports debate. I thought that he felt overworked. He was tired of waking up at 4 a.m. for 5 days straight to debate Skip Bayless each and every day. I felt like the financial opportunity that was afforded to Shannon Sharpe as a result of Pat McAfee leaving FanDuel TV resulted in Shannon Sharpe realizing that he could make way more money while working way less if he left Undisputed. I felt like he was going to focus way more on Club Shay Shay, and he was just going to have routine appearances on First Take just to maintain national media exposure to himself. I was wrong about all of that, and Shannon Sharpe actually addressed all of this in his most recent episode of Club Shay Shay with Stephen A. Smith, in an episode where they actually discussed their experiences working with Skip Bayless. And I think what was really telling was when Shannon Sharpe said this.
For me, I cannot let 6 months ruin 6.5 good years.
Right.
Sometimes people are willing to throw everything away for 1 mistake.
Right.
For 1 bad comment or 1 something like that.
So this proves my theory to be incorrect. I'm sure the financial aspect had something to do with it, but the mainstream theory, where a lot of us felt like Shannon Sharpe was really spited by how Skip Bayless was treating him. You remember that Tom Brady debate that they had, and Skip Bayless said this.
This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he's still playing at a high level at 45. That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous. I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame. Super Bowl.
So what?
So what?
Or the DeMar Hamlin incident, where Skip Bayless rubbed Shannon Sharpe the wrong way with his tweet, which resulted in Shannon Sharpe no-showing Undisputed.
If you'd like to tweet us your emotions of the night about what happened, please do so. You can tweet us at @Undisputed. The last thing we want to do is offend anyone by trying to do what we always do, which is talk about sports. Obviously, my partner Shannon Sharpe is not here today. I look forward to seeing him tomorrow.
And when he did show up to Undisputed and gave a personal story about his brother Sterling Sharpe, Skip Bayless cut him off once again.
Anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and And although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me. You could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up this.
I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where DeMar Hamlin was the issue, not getting to your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Now, what's really interesting is there's a little shade being thrown by both Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe here in this podcast episode. You could tell that Shannon Sharpe was getting really pissed off by the fact that Skip Bayless wouldn't let him get a word in. This actually was a very big deal. It wasn't a tiny little problem that he had, because also in said episode of Club Shay Shay, him and Stephen A. Smith said this to each other.
Because you see, when you talking like that, people are like, but that. No, I'm going to sit back and let you talk.
Mm-hmm. Both of them hinted at the fact that in the past they may not have been able to get a word in.
Are you sure? No. And you're going to be like, nah. And I'm going to say, you got to wait now, because I waited.
At the end of the podcast, both Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith generated a significant amount of hype for what was to come, which was the very first episode of First Take that was going to feature Shannon Sharpe. Now, leading into this, there was a lot of momentum swinging towards the favor of ESPN and Stephen A. Smith. I mean, in our Undisputed is Going Out Sad video, we discussed how Undisputed's ratings are tumbling tremendously. I mean, it went from 131,000 viewers last Monday in comparison to 448,000 viewers, ESPN's top-rated First Take, according to sources. Now, this is significant because this was the debut of Undisputed's brand new format, featuring Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson. Skip Bayless brought in Rachel Nichols, Josina Anderson, Lil Wayne. Watching Lil Wayne debate Skip Bayless was something on Friday, but the viewership was dwindling day after day. Last Tuesday, Undisputed averaged 120,000 viewers to 474,000 viewers for First Take. And on Wednesday, Undisputed plunged to 78,000 viewers versus 423,000 viewers for First Take. Now, bear in mind, this is when First Take lost most of their talent. ESPN is still reeling from layoffs, so it's not like both of these companies are doing remarkably. There's just a significant shakeup for both of the sports debate program. ESPN went and acquired Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe, and Undisputed had to really think quickly about how they could rebound after Shannon Sharpe abruptly agreed to a buyout. Which brings us to Shannon Sharpe's debut. Of course, there was a lot of hype generated for this debut, whether it was via Shannon Sharpe's podcast Club Shay Shay or just Shannon Sharpe tweeting this: "First day of school smile." Looking dapper as ever, man. Honestly, if there's one thing I can never roast, it's Shannon Sharpe's suit game. They would even have that signature First Take intro that you would see Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin do.
Stephen A., what is your sole purpose at First Take?
To do whatever you tell me to, Drill Sergeant?
That's a brilliant idea. You must be a damn genius. You must have an IQ of 160. Now get the First Take.
I run this show. I don't care what drill sergeant is. You heard me? First Take's in the house. It's a new day, baby.
And for the most part, things were going all fine and dandy until one particular moment in Shannon Sharpe's debut, where he called Stephen A. Smith, well, take a look for yourself.
Yes, because if you think about it, the Lions were picked to win that division, Skip. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You would think that this is just a little Freudian slip. It's not a big deal. After all, Shannon Sharpe has been on Undisputed for 7 years, and 3 months ago, he was still working with Skip Bayless on Undisputed, but this wouldn't be the only time he would make this gaffe. He would do it an additional time here.
You know what, Skip?
Skip, it's okay. It's okay.
It's been 7 years. Stephen A.
Right, I got you.
Now, I give Stephen A. Smith a lot of credit because he handled it really, really well. And you can tell that Shannon Sharpe might be just a little bit rusty because it's been a couple months since he's last been on national TV. It's kind of like when Michael Irvin said this in his Undisputed debut.
I'm sorry. I hadn't been on TV in a while. I don't mean to take over nothing.
What do I think about this? Well, I love Shannon Sharpe. I have tremendous respect for Skip Bayless. My initial thoughts about what Shannon Sharpe did here was it may have even been on purpose. I mean, think of it this way. You're building up all this hype towards your debut episode on First Take. And you also have a history of leveraging drama to generate more eyeballs on your show. Skip and Shannon were masters at this. Even during the Damar Hamlin incident, for 2 weeks straight, Skip and Shannon's relationship were trending. We were convinced that what they were doing back then was also on purpose. They're just maestros of leveraging controversy to make sure they keep their shows relevant. Now, there's a chance that I'm wrong. I've had theories be wrong before, but a part of me feels like they built up all this hype and attention for the very first show. I could see Stephen A. Smith going to Shannon and saying, hey, just call me Skip once or twice. It'll send social media into a frenzy. That's what my personal theory is. But whether it was on purpose or not, the one thing I will say is both shows are going to take some adjusting for me. I mean, I've been watching more Undisputed. At first, if you guys saw my previous takes on Undisputed, it was a little bit of an adjustment for me. And then the Lil Wayne episode came out. I honestly think that Shannon Sharpe leaving Undisputed was worth it just so we could get episodes like this.
Shredded SEC defenses.
But don't give me that.
That's the NFL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trust me, go watch some of the Lil Wayne episodes on Undisputed. They're hilarious. But my personal take on this matter is it's going to be really interesting to see how both shows continue forward. Obviously, they're both venturing into uncharted territory, at least for Undisputed. First Take has been here before. First Take has proven to us that they're going to be fine no matter what because, well, it's the flagship show on ESPN for sports debate. No matter how good the quality of the content is or how poor it is, for the most part, you're going to see a tremendous viewership on First Take. In regards to Undisputed, they really need to push top tier content if they want to make up the deficit between themselves and ESPN. What do I think about Shannon Sharpe's debut? I think for the most part it went well. He generated a viral clip for himself, which you could call a horrific mistake, and the new era of his life has begun. Let me know in the comment section down below, which new show do you like more so far? Do you like the new Undisputed or do you like Shannon Sharpe on First Take? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.